Hi, my name is Mark Paul with Rainbird, and I want to show you how Eventbrite works. It is a free software as long as you do not sell tickets to your event. I use this in a lot of different ways. I will try to start this from scratch so you get an idea of how it works. But I like to use this for any big event I have with usually large customers, like for instance, a fly-in. A lot of them actually prefer just getting an email than me calling them up and going through everything we have. I can send out an Eventbrite to a number of customers and then limit the number of tickets, first come, first serve. Seems to work really well, and they fill up quickly as long as you have the right event and you have the right invitation. So I'll go about how to do one of these with an event I have coming up within the next month. So first, what we're going to do is, this is the main page where you could actually do any of the other events, non-Rainbird events. But if you want to do your own, you're going to come down to this site after you created an account, and you're going to create an event. Once you create an event, the nice thing, it leads you through. So in this case, I'm going to do IQ4 and IBM Kings Night. This is for the Kings basketball team in Sacramento. And then it's going to give you a number of different types. In this case, I usually put meeting or network. And then as far as a category, again, there's a lot of different types on there that you can use. I just picked business and professional. Subcategory, I picked design because I typically work with landscape architects and irrigation consultants. As far as tags go, if people are trying to find this, it is advantageous to have this. So like I could put down Rainbird and add that. You'll see there's the tab. You can do up to 10 tags. I could do, let's say, water. Sometimes I think it's a good idea to put your name. And in this case, I'm probably going to put my boss's name, since he will be attending the event. And then I will have our pump guy. And I'll add that. And then I will have our controller guy. You may not have too many, but the more you could do of these, the better. All right, organizer, I already have this information entered in. You can view my organizer information right here. You can see, you can put your picture in here. You could actually do a larger description, more detailed description of what I do, which is not a bad idea. Put your title and the area that you cover is good. On my particular one, you could actually have your website, but right now I typically will just put down possibly my LinkedIn. You could do a lot of other things with that. So I'm going to save that. I'm not changing anything from what I've done before. Make sure that everything is saved. All right, I'll back out of that. We'll come back to where we were. Now the location, I just put venue because it's not online or anything. I will list what that is. Search for a venue or address. So in this case, you can see I've already typed Golden One Center. So it will look up where that is and see it plots it right on the map. Or you just give the address that you already know, but this is actually where the event is occurring. I personally like to have a map. Reserved seating, not really interested in that. Single event, yes. Mine's not a recurring event. The event actually starts on the 5th. And the start time in our case is 6:30 p.m. It ends on the same day. And I'm just going to go almost probably as late as I can go. which would be 11 o'clock. And then I'm going to save it and continue. Once you save it, you can do a couple things here. You can, on your main event image, you can drag or drop or click to add a main event image. So I like to already have saved in a folder a JPEG image. You can use JPEG or PNG, smaller than 10 megabytes. In this case, I'm going to put our IQ symbol in there, which right now it looks very large and also looks like the resolution's not that high, but it's not too bad for what we're doing. Again, if you can get a higher resolution, I would do it. So I save that. It's already in proportion. IQ4. Description. You can add details of your event, sponsors, guests, and I could do a little detail on that. Right now, I'm just going to keep it simple. IQ4 and IVM controller, maybe like night with the Kings. We got that. Come here. You give more of a description like blah, blah. And you can add another image, which I'm going to. You can actually even add a video, which I don't think they have this feature, or you can add text. But I'm going to add an image, which right here, I can go here. It's going to go back to where I was. I like this graphic. I'm going to put that in there. See what that looks like. I think this resolution right now looks pretty good. Now I'm going to save and continue. And we want to create our first ticket. So one, make sure you put free if you're going to give them away. I typically like to, on the name of the ticket, I just go for the same thing that you've already put. I keep it simple and consistent with what's on here. So IVM controller, and then I could put Rainbird. Be nice to mention our name. Quantity, in this case, we're going to have 16 tickets. Price free. Start date, we want to go ahead and make sure we get those out today. So we'll go through here, 12 a.m. And then we want the sales to end. For this time, I'm actually going to make it pretty close. Normally, you would keep this open as far as your customers to be able to sign up to maybe a week or 2 weeks prior to the event, depending on the type of events. You can also do advanced settings if you want to do things like description, tell them a little bit more about the ticket, whether you want it visible, hidden, not on sale. I keep them visible. My minimum quantity is going to be 2, and my maximum quantity is actually going to be 2. That's the maximum that I'm going to give per office, sales channel, online, everywhere, at the door. I'm putting online. And I go here and I'm going to save all this. Now that we have this, before we publish this, I want to see if I can edit anything. Again, this format is a new format. They changed this just recently. So here's where it says publish event. So now I want to make sure that I'm publishing the event. I edit this, and before anybody gets on there to get a ticket, you want to make this private. Only people with an Eventbrite invitation from you specifically can get this. If this is public, that's not the case. So you want to make sure that you do the privacy settings on there. Why they make it so late in here, I don't know. Maybe you have a better way to do it. So we go through here, and you can see on this page is nice because this is actually where send email invitations, and this is invitation only. We can edit that. Let's look at what that looks like. That's just about the private part. So it's good to keep that private, not public. Tickets sold 0. Once you sell tickets, this will start counting. Page views. If you don't have any page views, you probably don't have either a good event, an interesting event, or a good subject line. This will also show you the tickets available in a dashboard format. This will show you how many tickets have been sold. And then as you scroll down, you can see everything here. And here's send personalized invitations to your guests. You just click on that, and this will go, and you'll see the overall. So again, you can check it again, get an idea of what it looks like. Make sure you haven't made any mistakes, but it's not too late. You can actually send yourself a test to see what it looks like. So I just sent that. Shows you just sent it, and no problem. Now, when do you want to send it? I want you to look past the add guest. Immediately is what I usually do, but sometimes I don't want to send it, let's say, on a weekend. I'd rather just send it on a Monday and think about that they're just getting into work. So maybe I don't want it there till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You just pick your time that you feel that is the best for your customer to look at this. It's super important to do that. Now, to add guests, you can have your own contact list. These I've all added. You can see there's a lot of them. There's well over 1,000 in here for different regions that I've worked in before and different events. You don't want to select these because otherwise it's going to send it to all those people. Not a good deal. So I unselect them all. I check all the boxes to make sure I look at them, make sure there's no check marks. Now, if we want to do something else, we can manually send this to anybody. In this case, I'll put myself down. I think it could be caps or not caps. I just happen to have this in caps. And then you put a comma. Make sure you put a comma after that when you enter the next name. This is only if you're doing it manually. It's a lot easier to pull in a contact list. That's another lesson. So I also I like to utilize my Gmail account because it's one more place I can look and make sure that everything came out correctly. So I've got that. I'm going to add it. Now notice here it's got both that I just entered. Make sure you go in here and add at least the first name. Okay. You do not have to have the last name, but the first name makes it more personal when you're sending these. So you'll see I'll do Mark, in this case 2, save contact. And again, if you don't check these boxes, it does not get sent. So here, I checked them. Okay, or you can check them individually. And then I'm going to send now. Again, check this out, make sure everything's okay. Sending it. And then we can check and see what happened. First off, I opened an email that was sent to me by Eventbrite. And this just shows that the event has been published and it's live. And again, it's private, so it's only live to those you sent it to. If you want to actually view the event, click here on View My Event, and it'll take you right back to that page. Also, this is good to check this out, say, hey, is that really what I want it to look like? And just looking at this, I definitely want a better resolution on the IQ4 because the Sacramento Kings is looking much better. You can see everything else. You can talk more about the event. There's a title, here's a title, there's a date, add to calendar, which is a really nice feature, or you can view the map. Click on the map, shows you right where it is. You can get through all that on your phone. You can add your calendar, just one click, pick your calendar type. And I'm going to just pick Outlook. You look on the bottom left-hand corner, click on that, and then you have it here, just right here. Here's all the information. You save it and close it. It goes right to where you need it to go. Okay, I went to my Gmail inbox and I found this. You're invited to the IQ4 and IVM Kings night. And here's all the information that you need to know. And that's about it. So if you have any other questions, please give me a phone call or send me an email. But this will give you a good idea on how Eventbrite works. And then also on a future date, I will show you Constant Contact, another method of notifying our customers of product, either improvements or product announcements, or it could also be event announcements. But this is great for invitation. And what's key is it's free.